Welcome back. We missed it last week.
We did. We've been gone. We were at Smith Mountain Lake,
Yes.
Virginia, visiting your family.
Yes.
We had a nice little wholesome family week.
Little lake week.
Got a little sun. I'm having a little tan line action.
Yeah, you're looking tan. You're looking real good.
Looking tan.
You got hurt.
I did. I was injured.
You got an injury. We thought I was worried you tore your ACL.
Which would have been, in retrospect, I mean, it would have sucked, but it would have been a hilarious thing that it's like, oh, the least athletic person in your life probably tears her ACL.
It would have been funny for about 30 seconds. And then I would have been like, fuck, you tore your fucking ACL. It's like, I've said this before, like when I broke my ankle a few months ago, it's like being injured as an adult sucks.
No, it's horrible.
It's just expensive and it makes everything in life more challenging.
Yeah.
Especially if it's your legs.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm the queen of I don't ever try anything new, especially athletic things. But although I've been going to the gym this year and like for the first time this year, because your family goes to the lake every year, I was like, you know what? I've been hitting the gym.
Yeah.
I feel strong enough that maybe I can try wake surfing for the first time.
Yes.
Because I'm 10 times stronger than
and
I was.
guess what? You were strong enough to do it.
And I was.
Yeah.
And so I was able to like kind of get up for like 0.2 seconds.
You stood up. Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. Something happened. I felt my knee pop and I just fell off because I was like, well, that hurt.
Yeah.
And my knee has felt a little funky since.
Yeah. You've been on the injured reserve.
Yeah. We had to go to the airport literally the following day. I was like, of course this happens on the last day.
Yeah.
And you were trying to pressure me to be pushing a wheelchair.
I thought it was ridiculous for you not to be in a wheelchair. You're literally why the heck. If you ever go to the airport, you'll notice there's like, honestly, like 5% of the people at the airport are in wheelchairs being pushed by recent immigrants.
Yeah.
Right? Am I wrong? It's like, that feels like the best. That is the feeder program for when you immigrate to the U.S. You be somebody who you push the wheelchair, and God bless them. If you're ever flying.
They do the hard work.
They do. And if you're flying to either Las Vegas or Florida, and we live in Vegas, I swear to God, when you get out in the little tunnel that you walk out of, there's 50 people with wheelchairs just in line waiting for you.
Although actually, I feel like specifically the Atlanta airport, it's just locals who hate their job. I don't think I've ever seen a single wheelchair pusher at the Atlanta airport smiling.
Nobody's happy at the Atlanta airport.
That's true.
Nobody is.
Yeah.
But I was like, you are why they have that feature, because you can't walk around on maybe a torn ligament through the airport.
I just felt like I appeared too able-bodied and I was embarrassed.
You had a brace on. That's all you need.
I don't know. We also had 2 dogs. It just felt like a whole thing. And also doesn't the attendant have to like stick with you the whole time? That also feels like a whole thing.
I think I could have said, we're planted here. Thank you. And then
I think they're kind of just like with you. And I didn't want to deal with like being with a stranger for like an hour and a half. That just felt like too much.
I've never seen somebody in a wheelchair, somebody who pushes a wheelchair, talk to somebody who's flying. I don't think I've ever seen that. So I think they basically put you where you're going and they're like, we'll be back when you board.
Maybe.
And it's just, because otherwise that's a huge issue. That's just an awkward issue thing.
Well, no, because then they stick with you because they're like, what if you have to go to the bathroom? I don't know.
What am I saying? I've been in a wheelchair in the airport
Yeah.
before. Yeah, no, they're like, honestly too, I think that there's a way I could have been like, I'll push it.
I don't know if they would have let you.
What am I going to run away with the wheelchair? What am I going to put it on the plane? They look at everybody's bag when they come on. You think I can sneak a wheelchair on the fucking flight? No.
It just feels like a liability thing. I don't know. I felt too, that's just the definition of just me being awkward. I overthink everything.
Yeah.
Social situations. I felt too embarrassed to use a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I just felt like I looked too able-bodied. We had dogs. It just felt dramatic. I felt like I was being a princess.
Let me be selfish though for a second. This is why I'm like, when I say like use a wheelchair, it's partly me being selfish. It is less physical labor for me though, if you have a wheelchair.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like it would have been easier for me to move about the airport carrying less stuff, doing it. And so it was why I was like, I know you feel embarrassed, but you might aggravate your knee further.
Yeah.
And I might throw my back out because I'm walking for 2 now.
Yeah.
My sweet baby. You know?
Yeah, but I was fine. I made it through.
You did.
And I'm here.
And you know what? And I made it through too. I made it through the airport.
And I had to pee so bad on the flight back, like halfway through, but I was like, I can't get up.
Can't stay on an airplane? No.
Yeah.
No. What's the nerdiest thing about you?
Me?
Yeah. You're pretty cool.
No, not. Probably that I'm a really big Godzilla fan.
That's a nerdy thing. That is nerdy.
That's
not like being like a Marvel fan.
No,
Everybody's
I love
a Marvel
Godzilla.
fan. Yeah.
Like that's probably my thing. What's the nerdiest thing about you?
I was just thinking because yesterday my nose bled literally all day. I get nosebleeds.
Oh, well.
I get nosebleeds like a nerd in school. It's like, sorry.
Physically, for me, I have asthma attacks for like doing nothing.
Yeah, but I feel like asthma is kind of cool now.
No, it's not.
Diabetes is kind of cool now. Have you noticed that?
Well, they're diabetes.
Have you noticed that there's the sticker thing people put on?
Yeah, no, the gear they've got now, it is pretty sick.
Like it's almost like a fashion statement.
It is.
Like people show it.
No, because then you can kind of like customize. I've seen like some bedazzled moments.
Yeah.
Like no, there's a lot of fun gadgets, a lot of stuff you could do.
Like
but diabetes, if you have diabetes, like it's rocking out pretty cool these days.
Let me narrow it down though. Type 1.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody with type 2 diabetes like check it out.
Which one? I forget.
Type 1 is the one where you're just born with it. It's just a disease you have. Type 2 is where your diet is so poor for an extended period of time that your body can't regulate sugar.
Yeah.
So it's it's people.
And do you get the same?
I'm sure
gear
it's similar
stuff?
treatment, but I feel like the people with type 2 are putting the patch underneath because usually you can kind of tell why they have diabetes. Yeah. You know?
I don't know. But yeah.
I'm just saying diabetes is hot in the streets right now.
Diabetes is hot in the streets right now.
Yeah.
But I like the other night like had a little asthma attack because I was drinking too much wine.
Yeah.
That was pretty dorky.
Yeah, it's a little dorky, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, I have a thought or okay, so we're a little bit late to this one, but the internet's been having a debate. Mm-hmm. What would you consider the 4 major cities? Okay,
this is why I love, because I missed this debate.
Yeah, so it's just one of those like internet debates because it's always like obviously like
New
York. No, because the first 2 are the given ones where it's New York.
First 3.
New York and Los Angeles.
And Chicago. Those are the 3.
See, but that's where it starts to like...
Who on earth is putting... Like, okay, I get Chicago maybe being your 4th, but Chicago is not the 5th major city.
I would put Chicago in there too.
That's bananas.
No, I would put Chicago in there too, but people are kind of like, oh, well, maybe not. Like there's
people.
There's Miami. There's...
Miami's not one of them.
But like, see, but that's what people have been debating. But the funny part is people have been like, okay, LA, New York, they're like Austin and like... They'll like name like the most random ass like their local city, and it's like you're not a big 4.
Yeah, you're not one of the big 4.
Because I wouldn't consider Vegas a big 4.
No, Vegas is not.
No.
LA, New York, Chicago. Those are 1, 2, 3.
I think so too.
And it would go New York, LA, Chicago. That's the order. New York is number 1 city.
Yeah, I guess.
New York
so.
is New York is probably tied with Paris and Tokyo and London. Those are the big 4 worldwide, I'd say. If you want to get fancy, you can put Beijing in there too. Okay, I'm loving this debate. Can we do this more in the podcast?
Yeah, no, but I was excited when I saw this online because I was like, I want to hear your takes on what are the 4 major cities.
Okay, so runners up. So those are the first 3.
And I agree. I agree. Chicago's number 3.
It's like it's got to be.
Yeah.
The ones this is not in any sort of order, but I'm gonna name the ones that are in the running. Mm-hmm. In Texas, it'd be Houston. Houston is so much bigger than people realize and such a hub. It's a port.
But like, what are you considering?
So what,
like a major city? Because I'm considering.
What are the qualifications here?
That's one of the things where it's left up to be
nightlife.
Because I'm considering. I think I'm thinking mostly of like where a lot of business gets done as kind of like major city.
Houston.
Really?
Houston is so underratedly like our country would shut down without Houston.
Really?
It's one of the biggest hubs in the world. It's a port city. So
okay.
People, because you've been to Houston, but did you see the ocean or the water at all?
No, I didn't realize there was an ocean situation.
Let me double check so I'm not so stupid, because this is one of those things where it's like, if I don't know that.
It's not like a Dallas
or
Austin? Dallas.
No, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Houston's a port city. Dallas and Austin are landlocked. Houston has literally it's where shipping, like cargo lanes.
Yeah.
And it's massive. Mm-hmm. Like it is massive land-wise, but it's also so populated.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, honestly, the answer is probably Houston.
Yeah.
But it's not as sexy.
I have an interesting one for the running. I think that maybe you would think Orlando.
Orlando is low-key.
Like, no, low-key? Orlando has a lot of shit going on.
Orlando is like a really big hub. What's the sad answer, too? I'm being very logical with this. The biggest one in Florida is Jacksonville, and it's not even close. Jacksonville is so much more important than Miami. Like it is.
But no, because Miami is like
It's a port city.
It's a tourism place. Like that's a lot. There a lot of business gets done in Miami. Like there are like.
Yeah.
No,
Miami's up there.
I
Miami's
would
top
put
10.
Miami over Jacksonville.
But that's what I mean. It's like, but you wouldn't have thought of Houston either.
No.
I'm saying like, what are literally like, if you ask the president, like what 4 cities do we have to protect? I think Houston's number 4.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I really do. And I don't really think it's close.
I don't know.
Seattle's also up there.
No, like
Seattle's so much bigger than people think.
You know, Seattle, I would also, because a lot of companies moved to Seattle,
Yeah.
right?
A lot of companies have moved out of Seattle.
Oh, out of Seattle, maybe but a lot of them were.
Yeah, but
Seattle was a big.
Seattle has a legit skyline.
Yeah.
It is the hub of some companies moved, but I mean, it's, like Boeing, Starbucks, Microsoft, and Amazon.
Yeah.
Those.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what about like San Francisco?
So San
Like,
Francisco.
see that's another part of the conversation. What about San Francisco?
Basically, in my head, that's where I was going with this. Of like, number 4, it depends on which angle you go. Is either San Francisco or Houston.
See, because I would think San Francisco before Houston.
But it's a different type of business.
I know, and I think we're getting.
So then also, here's the other thing too. What do you want this map to look like? Because if you want it to be like you have the whole country and you kind of get one in each region.
I think what are like the top. What cities are raking in a lot of money? Like where there's a lot of jobs. There's a lot. Like,
yeah. I think
that's why I'm like, I kind of would put Orlando there. Like there's a lot going on in Orlando.
Okay, baby. This is such a me episode.
I know that I was going to bring this up like last week if we're going to do it, but
Okay, cities by GDP.
Sorry if this is a boring conversation. I can never tell. Yeah, but I love debates like this.
Yeah.
It's just so funny where it's like people are like,
I want U.S. cities, not.
They'll bring up like I can't even like name a relevant city. They're like Salt Lake City. And it's like, no.
This is metro areas by GDP, which changes it. Because it changes it a little bit because the metro areas are, some metro areas are massive.
Yeah.
And like unfairly massive. Okay, here's the order. New York's number 1 by far. Their GDP is $1 trillion more than number 2, which is LA. San Francisco's 3rd.
Okay.
Chicago's 4th.
Okay.
Okay. And then tied for 5th is Houston, Dallas. And it says, the reason why I'm like, it says Washington metropolitan area. I assume that's where I'm from. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe that.
But that
No, actually, you're right.
DC is
Yeah,
also
you're
a
right.
conversation. Like that.
Oh, shit. That might be 4.
Like that might be 4.
Yeah, if you're going,
because that's a very important, like, yeah.
What are the variables we're looking for?
I don't know. It was too vague of a debate online, but
That's what
people
makes
just
it
were like,
fun.
what are the, but so I don't know.
Okay, then keep going down. We have Boston, Atlanta, Seattle,
Yeah.
Philadelphia. Boston and Philly, people are like, fucking, I mean, obviously Boston and Philly.
Obviously.
No. Maybe when the country was founded, those were about by far the 2 most important cities.
Yeah.
Outside of the entire state of Virginia.
But we've moved on.
Then you got the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Phoenix, Toronto. That's in Canada. Okay. Miami. Yeah. No, it's, I mean, nobody's even brought up Tampa. Okay. Baltimore can't be that high. Cleveland, number 36, coming 36. So anyway, what's your final 4? I think you go with San Francisco.
I think to me, I would go. I'd go San Francisco.
Yeah.
I think I was just rooting for Orlando.
I think Orlando's actually much further. I think
No,
Orlando.
I think it is too. I think just in spirit, I was like, Orlando feels important. There's a lot of tourism that happens there.
Yeah, no. Orlando's just also fun. It's like, well, it's like if you're like, hey, we can only protect 4 areas. There's an argument for Orlando where it's like, well, we want to ride roller coasters. Don't we? Like we want magic
We have to protect the mouse.
to exist.
You literally have to protect
Man,
Mr. Mouse.
Orlando though is kind of depressing though if you're not at one of the theme parks.
Yeah.
For some reason, I've never understood in Orlando, like when you're going to the airport from Disney or Universal, you'll see a bunch of mini theme parks like Putt Putt. And like, how is there any business?
I think there's a lot more than you think.
Like, there must be, but like, how are they in business when it's like, well, if we're here, we're going to go to Disney or Universal?
I think it's probably the people who are like, we can afford to go to one day of Disney.
And then we'll stay for the, okay.
Yeah. It's like the.
Done. You're right. That makes sense.
Because it's like near Disneyland in California. It's like you have Knott's Berry Farm and like, what's the other one? Legoland. You know,
or Legoland is a whole
and it's like,
thing.
well, why are those even competing in somewhat in the same area? You know, and it's like, well, yeah, it's expensive to do Disney for more than one day.
I feel like I've talked about this before, but I don't know if I've done it on the podcast. Just one of the peak moments in my life was at Legoland when I was like 6, and they're like, you can drive a car. Yeah. And it was like a little go-kart thing. And then they gave me my license. And I literally, it was at whatever age I was, it was the perfect age where like you really believe stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I got it.
I'm allowed to drive.
Yeah. Dad, give me the keys.
I just remember being like, I obviously can't drive the big car yet.
Yeah.
I'm not large enough. But once I can, I have my license.
That's how I felt when I was probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I went to Medieval Times for the first time. And the knight gave me the little, I was chosen to be like his princess or whatever.
Of course you were. Well, you were so fucking cute.
Well, that went to my head.
You have to be.
I went to my head. I thought it was the hottest thing ever.
Yeah.
I was like, out of all the girls.
He picked me, the princess.
The hot knight, he picked me.
Was Dora the Explorer around when you were a kid?
Yeah.
So did you get Dora the Explorer comments?
Probably.
Because you were Dora the Explorer with your little bangs.
I got a lot of Boo from Monsters, Inc.
Boo is probably more accurate.
Well, because she's pretty animated. She looks more like a kid, but
yeah.
Just little bangs, little bowl cut. That was me. But
yeah. We can cut this part too, but I don't know. I know I think I've told you about this one time, but weirdly, I'm like, I want to say in the podcast just in case anybody is like, they know what I'm talking about. But I have this weird like memory when I was a kid of, you know, like how there's certain like, you're like, oh, we're going to Play Palace or something like that. Uh-huh. And they're all kind of different where it's like an indoor playground.
Yeah. Like at a McDonald's.
I think like at a McDonald's, but I'm talking about like where the whole business is this. Like when I was a kid, I can't imagine they stay in business, but there was one I remember we went to where they had inside a fire truck, like a mini plane, and like kids could just go get in the fire truck. Like obviously there are no keys. So it was just really fun. But there was one I went to, it's such a fever dream for me, where it was like an assembly line in a factory where little fake oranges were being moved from one, like on a conveyor belt from one thing to another. And it was very complicated.
That was probably your dream.
No, it wasn't. No? It was real. It happened. It was an orange factory conveyor belt.
A dream for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You love conveyor belts.
I love operations. Yeah. I love working in operations. And that's basically what it was. And I've said it to my family and they've all been like, oh yeah. And they don't know what it was, but I like need to see it. Huh. Although part of me is like, once I do, I'll be underwhelmed. So if you know what I'm talking about, my family used to travel to different cities to see different baseball teams and stuff. So it could be at any city where a baseball team existed. It could be at any baseball city. I don't know which one though. It was so fun. And I think about it every now and then. Yeah. I want to go back to that.
The kids yearn for jobs.
The kids do yearn to work. Put kids to work. Man, it was a better place.
Let kids work.
I feel like, this is old man yellow cloud, but I feel like we are so lucky in this day and age where a huge problem people have is they're constantly like thinking and bettering themselves. Yeah. That just wasn't a factor before. Before it was like, hey, watch out.
I forgot who said it. It was some niche celebrity, like
people who have been through like trauma and need therapy and stuff, like, and anybody who needs therapy, go to therapy and stuff. But for the people who are just sort of like, I'm kind of lost, like what a luxury it is to be lost.
It is
in life. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. And it's like, before it was like, you didn't even have an option.
But I was trying to think of what celebrity. Somebody had said something like, what do you do if you're like super insecure about X, Y, or Z, like your looks or whatever? And like her response was just, I think you're thinking about yourself too much.
Yes.
And I was like, that kind of changed me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I am thinking about myself way too much.
Yeah. No, it's why whenever I feel that way at all, my reaction is to either go like, not go like to go do something or to build something.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, let me be productive and then I'll feel better.
Yeah.
stewing around being like, there's just such a genre of guys right now. It's killing me. And they all have podcasts and they all get the same people that they interview.
Yeah.
And it's all about like, I was thinking about this, the way I approach life. Like, I want to be, one guy was like, I want to be serotonin me, that's the good chemical. I want to be with my friends and stuff. I feel better about myself, but then I wake up and I do yoga at 3 a.m. Like, it's just like, fucking relax, man.
Yeah.
You're not at war. You're full.
I know. I say that and I'm like constantly on the verge of a panic attack, but like.
You are a different story though.
But I'm not though.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a podcaster. Life is fine.
Life is hard. Life is hard.
Life is fine.
But like, just like, I don't know. You grew up in a really weird time.
No, yeah. But.
You have stuff to unpack.
No, I have a lot of stuff to unpack, but.
I don't got shit to unpack. And if I ever do, you need to be like, slap me in the face and be like, go build a desk. You're fine, Jack.
I think we should do a series where it's like Therapy Jack. Like you have to see a therapist. Like,
oh my God. I will air publicly my therapy sessions because there's like so little like that people couldn't hear. Like, yeah, I'm scared of the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, I'm willing to say that. I'm very afraid of the ocean. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like not being able to see where my feet are. People are casual, like cool with that. There are things inside it.
And they'll probably be like, so you don't like the unknown.
Yeah. And then they'd be like, let's unpack that. I'd be like, there's nothing to unpack. There's literally nothing to unpack from that.
I've been through so much therapy. Like I could probably just do the therapist questions
you
back
could.
to you.
You could. People do that. People who go to therapy, they do that. You learn how to be a therapist. I know. That's the real way to be a therapist, is to see a therapist.
I know. I feel like my therapist probably laughs at me sometimes because sometimes I'll just talk for 45 minutes straight and I'll be like, I'm feeling this way, but it's okay because this, and I'm not acting out. Because I literally just solve the more I talk, the more I just come to my own conclusion, and she agrees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, correct.
Yeah. She did the job. I learned.
I feel like I would be constantly questioning the therapist. They feel like they be like, well, why do you think that is? And I'd be like, does that matter?
Yeah.
Nobody ever questions the therapist and says, does that even matter?
Yeah.
Well, do you think it's something from childhood? Maybe. Doesn't make a difference to me at this moment. Me figuring out that it was something from my childhood could only cause more problems.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are bad things that have happened to me that I just don't remember. Let's leave it that way. Right? And this is for me. This isn't for you or for anybody who's in therapy, but for me, it's like, let's leave it that way.
Let's leave it.
Why are you trying to give me more nightmares?
Oh my God.
More things to think about.
Yeah.
So I see you more? That's the business. It's like a dentist who chips your teeth.
Yeah.
Can't do that. No.
Can't do that.
I feel like we missed a bunch of stuff that's happened in the world.
And
we should go over that.
What even happened in this past week? Or like last week, not this past week. Like I was writing out the skinny and I was like, oh my God, like I missed stuff, but like.
What did we miss?
I don't even know. So honestly, looking towards the future, the Love Island reunion is on Monday.
Okay.
They waited way too long for that shit.
But also not long enough.
No, it's.
How long has it been?
Well over a month.
But if you okay, you know what? You're right.
Because do you even care anymore?
No. There should be 2 reunions though. One, I'd say 1 week after, maybe less.
They should have done it immediately after the show rolled out. The following weekend, they should have kept them all on the island.
They should have done 1 week after. No, they need to go home
and
talk to people who watched it and look at the internet and see what people on the internet say, and also watch the show and see how they were lied to.
Yeah, that's true.
And see how they got caught and stuff, and then come back, and then 2 months later when they're all broken up because it's not real. I'm sorry, it's not. Every now and then it does work, the fact that every now and then, like you'll say to me like, oh yeah, and this couple's still together. The fact that that's shocking.
Yes, that's true.
Means it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the Love Island experiment is not a really good dating service.
I do love that Love Island though doesn't try to set up like The Bachelor where they're like, and then you're engaged. It's like we all know this is bullshit. They're all 24 and they're hot on the beach or at the pool.
Yeah, it worked maybe 20 years ago when it was like, and that's the last we'll ever see of them.
Yeah.
Because there's no social media.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye.
Maybe you'll be on the news?
Yeah.
like now you can see them before they were on it.
Yeah.
And after immediately, whenever you want. So yeah, I think they need one week after and one like 2 months after.
Yeah.
To be like, how do you guys feel about it now?
Because it's like at this point, the cast has already like gone on all these podcasts and this and that. Like, I'm like, okay, like I'm going to watch the reunion, obviously.
Yeah.
But like my heart's just not in it anymore.
But will the racist girl be on it?
No.
Why not?
They should have just brought out the two racist girls who got kicked off.
Who was the other racist girl?
The first girl, remember, Yulissa?
Who wasn't even allowed on, right?
She was there for like the first episode and then like the next issue just gone.
Yeah. It's like in the when they make a pilot for a show well before they make the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And there's almost like 3 characters in the pilot that you never see again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was her.
It was like that. She was
Yeah.
like the pilot character that they killed off. She was like Devin from The Office, season 1.
Yes.
Whereas like Devin was a character.
Uh-huh.
He kind of had like a couple interviews.
Or like in Parks and Rec, the first Mark.
Mark Brandanowitz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that.
Yeah, where it's like, and then he's gone.
Well, it's like, in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is a show we love, you know how there's Hitchcock and Scully?
Uh-huh.
In the first episode, there's a third. It's a girl.
Really? I don't remember that.
Because she was in one episode.
Interesting.
He's describing the new captain comes and asks Terry Crews, what's the deal with the team? And he just does the exposition. He describes every detective. And there's a detective who's not in it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That was Yulissa.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Mindy Project, which I cannot recommend enough if you guys have not watched the Mindy Project. That is one of my favorite shows ever. But the first season is they lost half of the characters in that show. And in a good way. It wasn't really necessary or whatever, but and they replaced them with better characters. But it was like, no, literally like the first cast of the show was like not there.
Yes.
They like keep like the 3 original doctors and like that's kind of it. They get rid of all the receptionist girls, like that, you know, like they don't.
Well, you get rid of what doesn't work.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I think my favorite reunion show is Love is Blind.
Yes.
So my question is on this Love Island one.
You just love Vanessa Lachey.
I think she's really good at what she does. And I think that it's good that this has all gone to her head.
And that she's the relationship guru she thinks she is.
I think she is as indisposable and totally necessary to the production as she thinks she is. I don't think she ruins things that she's on. Vanessa Lachey. Be an O'Shea. Oh my God. Not a Lachey.
Lachey.
French people. Be Irish. We work. But the best reason why the Love is Blind reunion is so great is because there's always, I'd say half of the people are in the doghouse.
Yes. Yeah.
Half the people, they're like, all right, Todd. And they cut to Todd and he's sweating profusely.
Yes.
And you're like, oh shit, Todd knew this was coming.
Yeah.
And halfway through the show, you and I would always pause and say to each other, why did he come?
No, because there was like one guy.
Why did he even
There
go?
was like one guy one year who like got caught, like he had a girlfriend at home.
Why did you go?
And like it was already outed. And I
Let
was
it
like,
die.
let it die. Why did he show up to the reunion?
Because they don't talk about the people who aren't there.
No.
Which is amazing because sometimes people don't go and you're like, oh, damn, this person's not here. They don't even address that they were on the show.
Yeah. Because it's like with the Love Island one, there was like a bunch of speculation that like Huda wasn't going to be there. And they're like, she's not ready to take accountability, which I'm like, I will say.
What?
Even though I was like, because she like just blew up and was just like, of course she was toxic and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm not going to sit here and say she wasn't. But she was the only person you do see, even in the edit, even though they probably give her a positive edit, after she would like say something mean, they would show her an episode later being like, I said this about you. I'm sorry. I was acting real. Like she at least immediately said sorry.
Yes. She did recognize stuff. And I wonder.
Like even after she like blew up at Jeremiah, she was like, I'm sorry I was mean to you.
Yeah,
like,
by the way, that wasn't okay.
Yeah. Like she apologized. Like even though who knows how sincere, like whatever. But it's like she did say sorry or whatever. But people were so just like, she's not going to show up and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, let's be honest here. If Huda did not show up to the reunion would not be worth watching.
No.
They would not have anything to talk about if she didn't show up.
Do you think Chris will be in the doghouse on this episode?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. He shouldn't
think he'll be fine.
But you'd be surprised how like.
I think they'll focus more on Jeremiah. Even though it's like
Remind me who Jeremiah is again.
The guy she was like
having
her meltdowns about.
Yeah, he was a fuckboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though like they were like, oh, like she was freaking out towards him, I was like, you can kind of tell he
Was
perhaps created a little bit of he contributed to that.
Was Chris there when Jeremiah left?
No.
So Jeremiah left and then Chris came.
Yes.
That's not a good comparison for Jeremiah.
No.
Watch them standing next to each other. Chris looks like his father.
Yeah.
Chris is way more put together.
Yeah.
He's not a fuckboy. Yeah, no, that honestly, if I was Jeremiah, I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like you can't be like, we could have had no. Chris is better than you. He's better than you in almost every single way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be the Nick and Alondria cocksucking tour, I guess. I was like, I can't think of another term.
They've been doing a lot of really big campaigns. I'm like, they're going to make a bunch of money.
Oh, they were the money pit.
Yeah.
The second they were like, oh, okay, they'll make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Amaya and Brian they don't translate as much to.
No.
They're a sweet story.
They're sweet. They're fun. They're kind of normal people.
More normal. They don't.
Nick was honestly such a goldmine for TV. He was great for TV.
This is not his last time on TV.
This is not his last time on TV.
He will be hosting shows.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you know what? Like for me, so in my world, the sports world, there's a lot of like my sports analyst guys that I like started off in the 90s, early 2000s on shows like this.
Yeah.
So like one of my favorite guys, oh God, why am I fucking forgetting his name? Not Kevin Wildes, but one of my favorite guys. He started off he was on The Real World.
Yeah.
He was like a favorite on The Real World.
Uh-huh.
He then was on a soap opera for a few years and now he's a football analyst and I love the guy so much.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom's, have you seen any of his tweets? I don't think it's him.
A little. No, he has a team running.
But his team's being real catty or like real trolly.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like his TikToks from his page or whatever, and there are a lot of like funny edit stuff.
But like his team tweeted out a AI picture of like Hulk Hogan and Tucker Carlson. Hulk Hogan's an angel, like blessing him, and I was like, it was just like that's not Gavin Newsom though.
No,
like that's never like it obviously
team.
it's like it blows up and stuff and it goes viral or whatever. But I'm just so confused because I'm like, that's not Gavin Newsom. Like he doesn't do that.
But honestly, he probably is leaning a little bit on his kids, and his kids are like, "This will kill."
I wonder. Yeah. I wonder because
honestly, it's like that's what put Trump over the edge this last election was him being like, "Ask Barron," and Barron being like, "Yeah, you should go on Theo Vaughn."
But everything Trump said and everything he did, you're like, "That's Trump."
Yeah.
All of Gavin Newsom stuff, I'm like, it's like when.
But Gavin's petty. When you he's a petty boy. And so I don't know. It's like him kind of being trolly, like does kind of fit the attitude a little bit.
Like there's just,
man, I know Newsom's not the perfect candidate, but I just like, honestly, the politics aside of everything.
Yeah.
I hope he's definitely going to run for president next. Go, right? There's no way he's not.
His entire life is leading up to being the president, which, by the way, is a real red flag.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're in politics, though, it's like, yeah, of course you want the big job.
But yeah.
But I do want him to run just because I'm like, let's bring back the handsome politicians on my TV.
I just don't get how anybody who's lived or is near California has ever thought, I want more of this. Like I don't get how he ever gets reelected.
California's a really hard state to run. It's like
that can't be the excuse every time.
But it's like three states in one, and I'm not saying that.
But that can't be the excuse.
He's not the perfect politician. I'm not saying he's the perfect politician. I can't think.
California is the only state where their voters say, "I mean, it's a tough job." like shit just goes wrong all the time.
I know.
In fact, not shit goes wrong. Everything's always getting worse.
I know.
Everything gets worse. Nothing gets better in California ever. As good as California, the best California was in like 1945. That was the peak of California. It's every year it gets worse. Every year the politicians get more corrupt. There's more regulations, more red tape.
I know.
It's bad.
That's why.
And for some reason, people are like, "It's tough." What's going on with California? Why?
It's huge.
There's no way. New York is way more complicated.
But New York is like, we're all right here in this like little area.
It's way more complicated. You have more people living on top of each other.
But it's like, okay.
It's literally the melting pot of the world.
If we have to fix the street, it's like, we're only fixing these roads. In California, we're like, we got millions of miles of roads. Like, it's. I'm not defending anyone. I'm not defending anyone.
Like, it'd be one thing if like, all of a sudden it was like, you know what though? I've been hearing this forever. And at this point, the California politicians, when they run, they don't even promise to change anything.
No.
They just are like, it's tough.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why is California like this?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't know. Like I know we put on the ballot a couple of years ago, like, should we split California? And at the time I was really anti it.
And I told you, no, you have to be for this. It makes California is run so terribly.
And you know what? Do you know what the main reason I was really anti it for?
What?
Where's the extra star on the flag gonna go? Do we have to come out with another flag?
California thoughts.
This felt like a really big
These are California thoughts. I guarantee you could put one more star in that flag and no one would even notice it.
Probably.
To me, or keep the same flag and be like, at one point there were 50. You know?
What if they put like a little line through one of the stars?
And what way?
To be like to split a star.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
That's kind of
like a little blue goes right
just
through
like
it.
A little,
kind of clean.
I don't know.
Yeah, although we're getting a little British flaggy where like half the countries have like you said that you saw the thing where it's like why half the flags look like they're FaceTiming Britain.
Yeah.
It's a little box somewhere. They kind of put the British flag in their flag.
The funniest tweet I ever read was I hate the flags that look like they're FaceTiming Britain.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I living in California, when you first move there, you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, there's a ton of potholes in my street, but there's cones around them.
Yeah.
After 2 more election cycles where the cones have now blended in and you don't even see the cones anymore, they're still around the potholes.
They're part of the street.
They're part of the street. That's when you start to think like, okay, what's really going on? And you ask people like, why is Gavin Newsom, like when they were going to recall Gavin Newsom, I was like, any other state, it's like, yeah, he's terrible. He's terrible at what he does. He's done anything. Baby, what has Gavin Newsom done?
What
has he accomplished?
He looks good.
He looks like Draco Malfoy grown up.
That's not the essence of California.
There was a tweet.
That's the true spirit of California, is looking good.
So there was
that's the number one priority.
There was a tweet. This is one of those ones where I was like, how is Gavin Newsom? This isn't Gavin Newsom. Where it was a tweet where it was a picture of JD Vance in high school and Gavin Newsom. Now, JD Vance in high school looks like he went to high school in the 90s, early 2000s. Like he's got like frosted tips. He's like a little heavy set. He went to Appalachian high schools.
Yeah.
Grew up very poor. Drug addict mom.
Yeah.
His story is famous. Gavin Newsom looks like he's the bully in one of those boarding school movies.
Yeah, he does.
That's a guy that you don't root for in the movie.
No, definitely not.
And then here's the JD Vance one where it's like, yeah, he's just a fucking regular high school kid. He's an American. He's an American.
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom is part of the Illuminati, clearly. He's going to Bohemian Grove. I just don't get, of all states, how California is the one who's like, we want the rich Nepo prep school kid. I feel like it's the opposite.
Because all the rich Nepo prep school kids like to pretend like they want the real person. And they actually don't.
Yeah. I get that.
They're all like, we've had this conversation before. All the hippies in California, the ones who are like, I don't go in the sun and I wear large bangles and I only eat the
rich hippies.
They're all the wealthiest
extremely
people
wealthy.
you know.
Yes.
They're cosplaying.
Yeah.
They're cosplaying.
Yeah, the real hippies are homeless. That's where the homeless people are.
Yes.
They're the hippies.
They're hippies. But they're all cosplaying that.
Yes.
They're all cosplaying the working man. They're all cosplaying this. That's the
okay.
They don't really want to see
the
true American up there.
So like
this is coming from someone in California. I'm not part of that society.
No, but
I see that society and I see through it. I've been the person on the other end of customer service dealing with the ladies in Beverly Hills.
Yes.
I know these people.
Yes. I have a problem.
Okay.
Where it's getting better as I get older, but when people first meet me, I sometimes remind them of their high school bully.
Yeah.
I look like the guy who was the high school. I look like a lot of high school bullies. I looked like I played football. And I don't know. I just have that look.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we have many friends who initially have said, at first I thought you were going to be an asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm not. So after, sometimes it takes a day, sometimes it takes 2 months. Eventually they're like, you know who's actually really nice? Jack.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, yeah, this is book by its cover stuff. I just don't get how Gavin Newsom has escaped that.
Because he's kind of funny sometimes, and he's charming.
He's
That's why.
Half of California is non-binary. How are they voting for the guy with the slick back hair and the scarf?
I don't know. They say he's a psychopath, but he's our psychopath. That's what we say. And
the California voter
listen,
is so funny.
He hates
what?
Gavin Newsom hates homeless people until Trump hates his homeless people. And then,
oh yeah.
And then he's gonna fight for him. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. His politics aren't perfect. But I was saying I'm looking forward.
When half of the houses burned down in California, which by the way, again, Gavin Newsom's partly his fault.
Yes.
Absolutely. There's fires every year. You did nothing. I'm not saying what Trump did helped in any way. I have no idea. But like Gavin Newsom he made things worse.
Yes.
Not better. When all the houses burned down, everybody was like, fuck, in LA, it takes 30 years to get a permit to build
to get anything done.
So they're like, so there will just be no houses for 30 years. Gavin Newsom got on the airwaves and he said, guys, I'm lifting all these regulations. You can just build your houses. To which everyone in California was like, that's great.
Yeah.
Everyone outside of California is like, why do you have those in the first place?
And that's what we're going to figure out, you know?
Who?
Also,
not him.
To be fair, I think at this point it's safe to say we know who set those fires.
Oprah.
Oprah
Always sets fires.
You know what? I meant to make that announcement.
Yes.
I unfollowed Oprah on Instagram.
Wow.
I'm done.
Wow.
And I've always been an Oprah defender.
Yeah.
Because I do think she's a great story of her come up, and she's a successful woman, and you know me.
Should I unfollow her?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. You think I follow her? You think I've ever followed?
I know you don't. But, I've always been in an Oprah corner because while I'm, of course, there's no ethical billionaires, I do like to root for those stories of Jay-Z and
the Diddies.
The Diddy, where it's like, the stories aren't great, but it's like, but I like to be like, objectively,
certainly,
this is a positive in a space.
Yes.
Like just after like the Hawaii fires and like all that, like, and just all this, I'm like, you set those.
She's one of them.
When the tsunami warning was happening in Hawaii and stuff like that, they were like, there's obviously a lot of traffic of people evacuating. It would be a lot faster if we could open this private road, which belongs to Oprah Winfrey. Everyone was pressuring Oprah to open the road so that people could get to safety. And then the next day, the headline was, Oprah saves everyone by opening her private road.
So this is so much worse than people even realize too.
No, it's horrible.
Because think about this. Anybody but Oprah, but a few people, the police, the fire marshals, they don't even ask. They open the private road.
Yeah.
Tough titty.
Sucks.
You have insurance.
If you park in front of a fire hydrant, we're going to bust your windows open so we can put the hose through.
Hey, there's a fire. We need people to leave.
Yes.
We'll drive through your fucking house if it saves people.
Yeah.
Not for Oprah. We need her approval.
You need Oprah's approval.
In what world?
Yeah.
In what world is that okay?
I know.
You open the private road?
Yeah.
You can police can take your car.
Yeah.
They can definitely take your road.
They can take your road.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, it's insane.
The only thing they can't take is your children.
I did my part and I unfollowed her on Instagram.
Okay. Massive unfollowing coming. We're going to start this. Finally, someone's saying it. And actually, they are. Like, she kind of needs to be Ellened a little bit.
I don't know if it could ever happen like that, though, because she's not that active anymore. Oprah's not in her face anymore. We don't really see Oprah anymore.
But was
she silent or was she silenced?
That was, that's one of the many strikes I have against Oprah, too.
You know that the second she said that, the producer was like,
no, the producer knew it was going to happen before. It was scripted. But
it was nailed. And he was like, we've got the moment.
I've seen Meghan Markle act. I have. She's not very good. And she was acting in his interview. She knew what the questions were. And she had rehearsed them and written them down. It's just like,
I know.
And Oprah sets this up.
Although I am a Meghan Markle defender.
I know you are.
Just because I do think she gets a lot of unnecessary hate for, and while I'm not saying she's the greatest or the most likable.
I think if you look up toxic in the dictionary.
But I think she gets a lot.
She definitely gets
grief that is unnecessary.
No, here's the thing. No one in the world.
But I'm like you though, where I'm like, it's the dog piling thing.
That's what I mean. No one in the world deserves the level of hate when people get canceled get. Like, unless you are a sadistic serial something, then you deserve it.
Yes.
Everyone else, it's like, no one that is such an unbelievable amount of energy towards like hurting you.
Yeah.
No one fucking
For
deserves
stuff
that.
that like doesn't truly matter.
Doesn't matter.
Like
It
it's
doesn't
like, you know
affect
what?
the people.
Harry and Meghan leaving
Doesn't matter.
the what do you call it? The castle? The
royal family.
the royal family. That affects me zero.
Absolutely.
Zero.
Now, do I think it's ridiculous that someone who knew she was marrying a prince and became a princess complains about anything? I think it's ridiculous for a princess to complain. Yeah, I do. I really do. She's literally a princess.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop it. People's car. Forget. I'm not saying like people are starving. People who get a flat tire have had a harder life than Meghan will ever have for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
She's a princess. She was literally a thing that, can you believe that still even exists?
I know, right?
There's literally a king of England.
Yeah.
Somebody's the king.
We've been rewatching Suits and I've been like, every time she's on screen, I'm like, that's crazy. She's just like
Not anymore.
royalty now.
Not anymore. They were booted out.
Well, yeah.
Because of their actions.
But they're still.
Because apparently being a princess, she wanted to negotiate further from being a princess. My God, guys. All right, let's
Get into our next spiel.
Okay, so here are some of the headlines that didn't make it to sports gossip this week, but I just want to keep the besties in the loop.
Perfect.
Seattle Mariners outfielder Victor Robles was suspended for 10 games for throwing his bat at a pitcher after he was hit by a pitch.
I mean, it'd be hard not to get worked up.
Victor apologized almost immediately on an Instagram story, saying that he's been in a weird headspace lately. His mother passed away only a couple weeks ago, and he's been hit in 5 of his last 15 at-bats, which is unprecedented.
That's kind of crazy.
People have like immediately forgiven him. So it turns out it's just her hips that don't lie, because Shakira is in hot water for not donating the proceeds to the 2010 World Cup theme song, Waka Waka. Remember that song?
Yes.
She was supposed to donate all of that to charity, did not. She kept the proceeds for herself.
This is not the first time her financial situation has not been in order.
Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders has gone viral, and not in a good way, for refusing to sign an autograph for a kid before his first preseason game, saying to the kid, "It's not a good look for me to be signing autographs before a game." The funny part was then immediately afterwards, he took a selfie with a fan.
Think about the children, Shedeur.
Just as with that, there's another trending video of Brock Purdy signing a jersey for a young girl who just absolutely loses her mind, and it's the cutest video I've ever seen.
I did see that one, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Shedeur needs the good press. You need to be good with the children.
I know. It just like, there's been lots of jokes on the internet basically saying like, he's doing that kid a favor to not have a Shedeur Sanders autograph. People are really ripping on Shedeur. He just keeps on tripping over his own feet.
I'm waiting for his redemption arc.
Everyone is.
Because that's like, he's been through so much drama and scrutiny over the past like year.
Yes.
It's like, honestly, I would like to see him prove us all wrong.
The problem is he's been through all that scrutiny because he's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
And so he's actually just being himself.
Consequences from actions, perhaps?
All he has to do is play well and everything's validated. You can be a diva if you're good.
Yes.
Watch our earlier Shedeur Sanders clip.
Those are the rules.
Here's the fun one. Michael Penix Jr., the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, had his name autocorrected on live TV to Michael Penis Jr. And that went viral.
I mean, that's just classic.
So the Minnesota Vikings invited 2 male cheerleaders to their spot. And obviously this has been super divisive on the internet. There's a hot debate. Basically, male cheerleaders have always been a part of cheerleading. They throw the girls up in the air traditionally. These ones don't. They're honestly just regular cheerleaders along with the girls. And so a lot of people do not like that, but most people are defending them, being like, oh my God, let them have a fucking pom-pom.
Oh my God, shake your pom-poms.
Shake your fucking pom-poms.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Oh my God, oh my God, we have too much team spirit.
The energy that they're bringing is absolutely, honestly, no offense, ladies, a man can only bring this. A man can only bring this. And that's what you missed on Sports Gossip.
You ready to dive into the Skinny Dip, the segment where I help you dip your toes into this week's pop culture news by giving you the skinny?
Let's dive in.
Millie Bobby Brown and her husband Jake Bon Jovi have announced that they're parents.
Aww.
They detailed that they adopted a baby girl.
A Nepo baby of the future.
Justin Herbert was seen visiting Madison Beer on what looked like could be a video shoot, and now that's sparking dating rumors between the two.
A new wag is born. Quarterbacks and their pop stars. They just love it.
They just love
A
it.
tale as old as time.
Seth Meyers' dog Frisbee, who has famously had a long-standing beef with Andy Samberg, has sadly passed away at the age of 14.
Apparently, Andy has a really convenient alibi.
Influencer Caitlin Covington, who's known for her Christian Girl Autumn memes, posted a video crying, saying that she will not be posting any fall videos this year, saying it was too much pressure.
Autumn was canceled?
Thankfully, she was just kidding, and a day later posted her first fall-themed video. We are back.
The leaves will fall again.
In a JoJo Siwa and Chris Hughes update.
Oh, God.
JoJo Siwa said that her family has, quote, never loved anybody like this, and that Chris is actually going to be part of her brother's wedding.
That sounds a little soon.
JoJo moves fast.
Clearly.
Logan Paul and Nina Agdal just recently tied the knot this past weekend, with the most viral moment for the wedding being Jake Paul punching their cake.
Jake Paul has always been very extra, so that does not surprise me.
To say the least.
Do they have a backup cake?
Hopefully. It seemed like a rowdy wedding. It was, I'll just say it seemed like one of those weddings where it wasn't about the bride, and I don't love that.
So I guess we're not going to be having cake today.
There were rumors that Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner may have broken up because he was seen missing from her recent birthday celebrations, but those rumors were put to rest when they were spotted in Budapest together, where Timmy is shooting Dune 3.
Yeah, he clearly was on set. Why would they?
Yeah. No, I literally was like, he's working.
Actors always have alibis.
Yeah.
He was on set, on location probably.
Yeah.
That's so silly.
Yeah. So they live on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's not like he's like an athlete off season.
Yeah.
He has a job.
And that's our skinny dip for the week.
And that's the podcast.
I think that is the podcast. We're going to have a lot of content coming out, you guys, over the next week or so on socials. If you guys want to engage with that, that'd be fabulous.
Engage with that.
We're working with a lot of brands that we're excited about.
Yeah.
So let's keep that rolling. And we're about to start football season, so there's just gonna be a lot coming in general.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to all that.
Also, I know I'm never gonna check it, but what's the way leaving in the comments? Like people can tell us, like, what do you want us to talk about? If there's anything to,
I would say a comment section.
Comment section to get commented.
Yeah, you don't want us to talk about the 4 major cities.
That's like, it's so funny. It's like, that's a podcast I would listen to.
I noticed.
Houston, Team Houston. Put that in the comments.
Team Orlando.
Orlando. Love you guys. Towel off. See you next week.
See you next week.